last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Smith checked in for Griffin. Pierce comes in for Lance Stevenson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. The drive by Paul. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. Now the Sacramento Kings weren't exactly road toughened last season, but they did have Clark some impressive stints.
Yeah, they were excellent in terms of scoring the ball. No problem at all putting up points. Their road defense was a different story.
It's stolen by Smith. Here's Pierce. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And as you mentioned with the Kings, they did shoot well on the road, top 10 in the NBA in terms of road field goal percentage. And they actually shot threes better away from home as well. So the real question for them was on the defensive side of the ball.
And it's Jordan, that time on the assist by Paul. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay. Kevin, well, look here at last year in the NBA where the Clippers ranked. Second in scoring, second in field goal percentage. And they were number 2 in fewest turnovers. An outstanding job by this team taking care of the ball, squeezing the orange.
And you go back to their offensive output last season, they put points on the board in a big way, an entertaining style with a bevy of offensive weaponry.
Sacramento making a switch here. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Cauley-Stein. Caron Butler is checked in for Rudy Gay. And it's Bellinelli in for Ben McLemore. Here's Bellinelli, covered by Smith. 6 to shoot. Puts it up from 15. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Josh Smith.
The Kings were only 11-30 on the road last season, guys. And being a bottom 5 defense on the road in the NBA is part of the reason for that.
Johnson, he's checked in for Pierce. Then for the Kings, DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Kufis. Gay comes in for Butler. And McLemore subbed in for Bellinelli. Paul against Rondo. Johnson attacking. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Johnson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. Gay kicks to Caspi. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Johnson against Gay. Cousins, the pass to Rondo. And it's blocked by Jordan. Cousins, no good. Last outing for Sacramento, they won that game against the Detroit Pistons.
And they played with such tenacity on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, it takes a lot of pressure off of them when they go on offense.
And I think you've got to give all the guys credit. I mean, plenty of credit to go around. You can't just highlight or pick out 1 or 2 guys that stood out because everybody did defensively. That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
It's stolen by McLemore. Throws it up high. And then Gay with the dunk.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a 1-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Paul dishes to Smith. Paul with the screen for Smith. That will count. And that's not going to go. And as we finish the 3rd quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Clippers lead by 2. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Pierce is out there with Lance Stevenson. And it's Griffin in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers. McLemore. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. A shame to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
And it's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Crawford outside. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got 3 assists now in this one. Rondo drives in. Dishes to Cousins. Cauley Stein passes to Cousins. And it's good.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Stevenson drives in. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Not to the surprise of anyone, really, but the Clippers last year were strong at home once again. They managed to go 30-11 at Staples Center.
And, Kevin, that makes 3 straight seasons for the Clippers of 30 or more wins at home.
And the Clippers making a change here. Aldridge is checked in.
You know, the big thing for the Clippers is that they won some big games in Staples over tough opponents. I mean, also won 6 of their last 7 to secure the 3 seed in the West.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And one issue with the Clippers at home is that it didn't feel like they were at home. But Blake Griffin said home court advantage is just not there for us. And this is on the heels of a loss where the crowd was cheering for the other team louder than the Clippers at times.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, George Karl had some advice for the team in that last huddle. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldridge. And it's Pearson for Paul.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And it's blocked by Jordan. And Crawford with the basket on the assist from Stevenson. And it's a 6-point Clipper lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
Gay with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. McLemore, no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Griffin dishes to Pierce. Here's Jordan. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Well played right there. I mean, there's no question who has the momentum.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will.
The Kings trail by 8. Now here's McLemore. Here's Cousins. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Stevenson outside. Pass to Pierce. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. J.J. Redick's checked in for Pierce. And Chris Paul subbed in for Jamal Crawford. And then for Sacramento, Bellinelli comes in for Ben McLemore. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Curry. Good.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending them to the free throw lines and have them get that good a look.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Stevenson outside. It's Redick on the wing. Stevenson drives in. Misses from close range.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Redick passes to Paul. He feeds it to Griffin. No good off the front iron.
Not the best shot right there with the good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Really good work on the interior. That is a critical 2 points there. That was an ideal scenario really for him. Point-blank range and also a size advantage.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. McLemore's checked in for Bellinelli. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Redick against Gay. Cousins with a screen for Gay. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Money!
Big bucket. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. No open threes.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 2. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this, Clark?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
Crawford drives in. It falls! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Here's Gay. Outside Rondo. McLemore dishes to Gay. Over to the wing. Rolly Stein kicks to McLemore. To the middle. Here's Cousins. Yes!
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to.
And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter of this one. Picked by Griffin. And so it's Sacramento who scrape by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson.